deployment here. Yes, I know we have unused slots. And hello, Ken. I'm just going to go with Ken for you. If from Italy, and oh man, Marinarapa. How you doing? Oh, and Side Behem 1804. Hello there, and Show Mobile. Sorry, I'm butchering some of the names, I'm sure. But okay, so we have this. Now, we will expect some air attacks. We have some decent traits, but what we first need to see about doing, you're going to come forward to here. What would be, yeah, okay. Now, since this guy can have a lot of action points and does double movement, you're going to come up here, suppress that. Ooh, they hit that one hard. Now this unit here, or the British unit there up there, we're going to suppress it with a lot of artillery. Yeah, these engineers will be the best to dig them out of the town. And, well, let's bring the Panzer II up here, and I just spotted that we have another artillery piece now backing them up. So, reconnaissance bonus, which I should have gotten earlier on some of these forces. They can swing wide. Now that they're weakened. And thanks for following the channel. I'll come up and give a reconnaissance bonus to that, which is now going to be hit very hard in the flank. Okay, they are greatly suppressed. I know we will get some counter battery fire, but we'll take this out. And that was enough to keep them, push them to there only. Okay, well, maybe this will get them to surrender, if not kill them. Yep, they surrender. Very good. Very good. And Arno is able to turn most conversations over to food. I can see he's still doing it. So now we can get our... These guys are also would have been, but they're a little too far back, I think, to effectively get up there, but they're flame tanks. Now let's... this can only... Okay, so what we're going to actually see about doing is just moving him to here. That way he's going to cover all of these from any air attacks. Even more coverage. some of our more important units up to the front. Our Italians we will be finding use for them. I don't know what it would have been like to be a marching infantryman in the desert. You would think everyone would want to be motorized. Well, I'm sure everyone wants to be motorized, but you would be able to motorize most all units, but still. Okay, so that is our first turn. And this Luftwaffles challenge, and here they come. Okay, well, we saw no air attack here because they saw our AA guns. As you can see, the levels of suppression here, well, that was just a 1 where that was 4, and this will be just 1, so it's pretty good. But when I had the anti-air veteran trait, it was a slaughter for any air. Well, you mean slots? Yes, we still do, but this is part of the challenge. I've more of just denied myself the air than overcompensating with armor and other things to make this an interesting challenge. So I hope it's going to be an interesting challenge. Okay, well, so we've dealt a good blow to them. We can move the Panzer II up here. Well, let's be smart about this and do recon work. Oh, what do we have up here? Cruiser Mark 1s. Okay, we're just going to use you. Oh, and more of the Mark 6s. Oh, what do we wonder what World War I's most played scenario board game? I don't know about that. Because you can expand things out. There is a lot of potential there. We'll use the Italians to take that so they can have the prestige of actually taking some terrain officially. Move up the anti-tank support. Move up some artillery support. Now I think that's going to be a safe movement. Maybe a little more risky there. We'll get our mobile AA to help cover all of that. And these guys can drive up. There we go. Who needs cars, tanks, and airplanes when you can walk on the direct line of Yeah, Harry in his World War One fetish right now, at least. Yeah, Stalingrad, that would be one. Dunkirk. For board game type war games, yes, very much so. Okay, so we have plunged deeply in our reconnaissance in strength. Okay, now they're bringing out the air power that it's separated, at least for the moment, from uh-oh, that unit's really taking a pounding. If we had had this guy up next to him, we would have been doing better. Yes, good. Do the old runaway. Okay, Von Thoma is doing reasonably well here. Yeah, I think we're going to just roll these guys up from the side. No, we don't really need... Oh yeah, I forgot to sign my... Okay, well, we can do that now to some of these units. Okay, I did forget to do this as we... Oh, cannot be used, units deployed. This command cannot be used for units deployed on the map. Forgot to assign my heroes. Oh, the mistakes we make. The mistakes we make. Okay, well, one of my intended good capabilities here. Oh boy. You take him out. You come up to here. Fire support. Okay, now that these two units here, these two army units that were attacked last turn, I should specify. We're gonna move that and that up. This is not the most brilliant maneuver, but we're going to reinforce these elite re-emplacements. Yeah, I would like to be able to. Hello, Porthos. Good to have you here. Now, we are going to push an attack forward on Benghazi, is what I'm at least mostly been saving this artillery for. Okay, well, we can get up into the rough country here with our reconnaissance. They're going to get an artillery storm all over them real soon. No, that's maybe not the best spot for you. Let's go after the bomber. I'll just reduce his morale a bit. You come up here. If you were to move forward, yeah, which removes that model troop. Maybe shoot down. Nope, didn't shoot any down. Now we'll be safe with those. We're not going to waste the lives of our troops because I'm rushing. On a time played about Sedan World or series, but is or my collection. Don't know the game. Hello, Pixel. Good to have you here. I'm doing very well. Okay, so we have pushed in here. We've dealt with their initial armor thrust quite effectively. And more air attacks. What's that, a Blenheim? Yeah. Okay, well, we're going to continue with the attacks out here in the desert. Move them up for reconnaissance support. Okay, they've already attacked. You can see I'm trying to sort of circle around and guide them into this something of a direction here. I was going to say that these work best as a defensive support weapon, but that did work quite effectively there. Yeah, we'll do that, but I'm going to remember to bring him up here so they get reconnaissance as well as mass attack support. They're on high ground, which will probably help them, but... And they retreated out. Very good. Well, that armor unit is, or armor group, I should say, is basically pursued to destruction. So, that was pretty good. Let's... we'll move you up and try to take out or damage the Blenheim. Okay, well, that's whittling them down some. Yes, we'll move the Pioneers up next to the city here. They're on high ground, so they have good defensive. I don't know if attacking off the high ground helps. I know for sure it helps on the defensive. But what we want to do is to continue to push around here with our armor. Can we come up over to there? No. Yeah, that looks like it's going to be the best option here. Push them out. Well, they got the engineers bonus, but it didn't take the engineers. That would just be a slaughter for us. So we're going to move in. How are we going to move in? So we can't attack. They'll just be able to attack us. We won't have artillery support. We're going to drive over to there. And we're going to rely upon the high ground. They're going to come in. Bring on Uncle Artie. Yeah, we will be pounding them. As you can see, I'm wanting to be able to come in with an assault on the artillery, effectively take that out, and then take the other units out without its support. And again, a note with this version of the game, it doesn't help to get done earlier than the 20 turns. So I'm looking at not abusing my troops by rushing into the attack in places like here. Where here we were out in the open, the tanks were moving, it was a good time to push in on them vigorously. Okay, good. A lot of suppression, which helps reduce their attack against the air units. Yeah, and the oh, it kind of missed a sense of urgency? Well, I've definitely played scenarios in which I'm counting down the end of turns and I'm worried about, am I going to be able to take the last objective in time? So, there, I would suggest there still is a sense of urgency. It just maybe not as urgent or as pressing to push harder. Now, as you noticed, I chose the name von Thoma because he was one of the historical Panzer commanders in the desert. What does anybody, without going to Google, looking anything up, what interesting fact, because most German generals in World War II were veterans of World War I. I don't know of a single one that wasn't. I mean, there probably were a few that got promoted up, particularly late war, that were just a little too young to be in World War I. But what? Let's see. We want to come. Where's here? You can't quite get there. Maybe we can get to there. I don't know. We're going to recon out to here. What one interesting? Yes, good. Factor, or what one interesting World War I element that was for von Thoma in both World War I and World War II that links those two together. Don't need to watch for supplies. Well, there are supplies, and if you encircle a unit, it will cut off your supplies. And my understanding is terrain and terrain and effects will deal with what level of reinforcements you can get, replacements you can get in the midst of a battle. Don't understand. What interesting thing that in both World War I and World War II happened to von Thoma, or von Thoma was involved in, or whatever, that was the same in both wars. Obviously he was, well, no, maybe he was a Panzer commander in both wars. That maybe could be the thing. Okay, now you come in here. You come up to here. You come up to here. You're going to yeah, take out the artillery without any support. Okay, so that And that would be a slaughter. That doesn't look terribly good. So what we're going to do here, this is without. So okay, I don't know if anybody's understanding. Well, an interesting fact about von Thoma, and you may not know it, is now we don't really care about so much about the return fire likelihood here. Is that he was captured, von Thoma was captured at the Second Battle of El Alamein by the British. And von Thoma was captured by the Americans in World War I, and not just like surrendered at the end of the war. So he was captured in both wars. I thought that was an interesting detail about von Thoma. These are limiting my movement options. Okay, that is a bad idea, of course, which I knew it would be. We try to attack those ways. They're a bit suppressed. Do we have a good infantry killing tank? We do over here, but we may want to use them. Oh no, I'm Unknown. Hello, Unknown. I'm not at all saying it was his fault. He captured in both wars, or anything like that. But it just interesting trivia facts. At least I thought they were interesting, that you don't find many, especially at the general level, but any levels, to be captured in both wars and not just like surrendered at the end or something. Yeah. Okay, now we're going to go after. Yeah, the rocks are giving them a considerable defensive bonus here. Yeah, they've attacked. I wish they could then move off, but yeah, I think it's important to pursue. You should be able to kill him. Yes, good. Germany, was it Germany? Only good Germany. Well, I'm not sure that everyone's going to agree with you on that the German Empire was a good thing. It was no Nazi empire, that's for damn sure. Oh yeah, no, I'm not in any way suggesting he should have preferred death or anything like that. It's just that it happened in both world wars. Yeah, general to field marshal. So he wouldn't surrender. Yeah, von Paulus did surrender. You know, I'm not a huge fan of von Paulus, but there was. Ooh, we gotta watch out for the anti-tank weapon. Hey, Ferrer Oakenshield. Okay, we want to come up here. Don't know if there's a... Anti-air Hurricane Mark II Spitfire. I think the Hurricane Mark II might be more of a ground threat. I'm not absolutely sure on that. Okay. Now, do we... Yeah, we're going to move the marching infantry up this way. Let's get you up here. Yeah, they'll move in and hopefully take out this artillery for next turn. Now this hex here, which, let's undo that. Yeah, which we're going to take is both a victory hex and a supply hex. So these are now somewhat encircled here. Keep looking at this game, but not played hex base since the original Panzer General. Oh, I love that old game. Pit Void. Before that, I used to play History Online. Don't know the History Online game for the Amiga, but I do like this because I like the original Panzer General. I know it isn't for everyone because it is not the most realistic game that Slytherin or Matrix publishes. But yeah, it's a very good and fun game, I find. Okay, ooh. Those guys are armed with 50 cals, and that is another Cruiser Mark 1, which is going to be maybe deadly to our reconnaissance vehicles here. And that ultimately will be deadly to our reconnaissance vehicles. So we're going to buy some more reconnaissance vehicles. We have the slots here. Okay. Now, okay, yes, you need to move to there so they can come up there and take these guys out finally. We're going to use you to advance along there rapidly. And that should do them. And yes, what's left of them surrender. Very good. I guess that's the best anti-air. You can see the very large area they cover. The old SS guy. Oh, those are great games too, the SSI games. About what constitutes an empire and what doesn't. So cheer up, y'all. Very good, Van Bishop. A lot of that does come down to perspective. Okay, well, we have to take care of that guy there. So we have our armored artillery here in our Stugs that are going to come up and suppress him. Because he is supporting that, and we did not do it. They did not do a very good job there. And he is a danger. Well, we are going to guess you're going to pursue these guys around this way. Nope, that's a problem. They're going to come out. They're going to attack from there. Overrun, so they're going to attack here. Yes, it does maintains the old Panzer General flavor. Yeah, Close Combat's a very good game. I think if you're looking for a more realistic, I guess we could call it, game, Close Combat would be that over this.